But let's jump into MLB first. A little bit of some injured list updates. Bo Bichette, he's headed to the IL with a knee injury. Oh no, Bichette. Ronald Acuna, he's heading to the IL with a wrist injury. And DJ LeMahieu is also heading to the IL with a thumb injury.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, LeMahieu and Acuna, well-known stars. Bichette was crushing it for Toronto. That is a huge blow to the Blue Jays. Not that I thought they were competing for a title this year, but he was having a really nice season for them. And it'll be disappointing to see all three of those guys out of the lineup for the near future.
Yeah, those guys are all pretty electrifying players, especially at the plate. So it'll be interesting to see how their teams make adjustments without them. The Reds Pirates, those games were postponed because the Reds had a coronavirus test positive, and I'm just wondering how many more instances of this are we going to have, Brett?
Yeah, you don't like to see it. I was seeing that the Reds are probably going to play on Tuesday as long as no one else tests positive. So we'll see what happens with that. But cautiously optimistic. And again, my advice would be pick up St. Louis Cardinals in your fantasy leagues because they're going to play more games the rest of the way. And it looks like maybe the Reds and Pirates will have some games to make up. So just by pure innings played, you'll have a advantage there.
Yeah, and whether it's a head to head matchup or a roto league, that would be beneficial for either of those, really.
Yeah, just definitely something to, as part of the COVID season, it's just another added wrinkle to the mix.
Let's jump into baseball, though. Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees, their game just finished on Sunday night right before we record, Brett. But it looks like they're going to have another game tomorrow, and 4-2 ending today. Can Boston make a comeback tomorrow?
Uh, I don't know. Montgomery is pitching for the Yankees tomorrow. Martin Perez is on the mound for the Red Sox. Montgomery's ERA is in the 5.17 range, so
Good.
that's not very good. So you got to think the Red Sox bats might wake up a little bit. I've told you in the past I like the Yankees over bet, and I think tomorrow's a good day for that. You just got news that LeMahieu is going to be on the DL. Obviously, Judge and Stanton are already out. They only scored 4 runs tonight, so maybe that line's a little lower than it should be for the Yankees playing at home.
Maybe it dips down a little bit. Not a bad strategy. Not a bad strategy. I'm looking at a different game. I'm looking at the Colorado at Houston Rockies versus Astros game, and Houston giving 1.5 runs. It's positive money though. It's plus 116. So I'm going to be taking that, and it's really just the numbers game because you got Brandon Bilek against Kyle Freeland pitching, and both of these guys have pitched rather well. But Houston's a hitter's ballpark, so I'm expecting there's going to be a little bit of a separation there. And Bilek's pitched just a little bit better than Freeland, so I think that Houston could come out and get a multi-run win.
Yeah, I guess it wouldn't matter where they're playing this game. The ball could easily just fly out of the park. But yeah, I think that's fair. That game scared me a little bit. Colorado has played well above expectations. In fact, I think they might even have more wins than Houston. I'm not looking at it, but
Well, yes, they're 13-8 and Houston's 11-10, but recently Colorado's on a 3-game losing streak where they've lost 2 of their 3 games by multiple runs, and Houston's on a 3-game winning streak where they've won 2 of those 3 games by multiple runs. So maybe a shift in the tides?
or just keep riding the wave. Keep riding the wave. So we'll see what happens in that one. That one was too close for me to call. But I saw Matthew Boyd on the mound on Monday in Detroit or in Chicago for Detroit, and when he is on the mound, he has an ERA north of 10, Higgins, and the over under is 9.5. So Matt Boyd could give that up himself. But I'm going to take the over 9.5. I hope for Matt Boyd he can figure it out. I don't like seeing players struggle like that. It's not fun for me, especially having worked with a lot of guys at the professional level and understanding what it takes day to day to go through that. But he has not pitched well, and I'm going to invest my money in that White Sox lineup versus a guy who has given up 5 home runs already on the year.
Yeah, and pitching's one of those things that it's until you prove the trend wrong, you might as well just keep riding that wave because slumps, whether it's in the box or on the mound, are very true things in baseball.
Yeah, we're both kind of riding that wave, so we'll see what happens in those 2 games.